Well, welcome back everyone to a little bit of a special mod showcase. I know I did this just recently for Nick's prop packs, but today we have a really awesome one today. So before we do get started, I just want to say mods are not officially endorsed by Frontier. When you mod, you do risk the chance of breaking your own game, but listen, if you follow all the instructions on like all the videos laid out, you guys are going to be perfectly fine when it comes to them. So if you guys don't know, NDP previously released the original Faux rock pack, and these guys may look a little bit familiar, but they are entirely different. I'm just going to move them out of the way right here for now. So these guys were recently upgraded to, I believe, have 2K textures, which is amazing for detailing work when it comes to all that stuff. These guys are the tried and true faux rock pieces, and they are really amazing for decorating so many different things. I love the big baobab over there. These are my favorites right over here for like terrariums and stuff like that. And this one's pretty cool, just like this little guy. And they are updated to have better hitboxes as well. So do keep that in mind. They will be able to contain animals and whatnot, so that's a really awesome thing to have. But what I think people really love to see with this pack is just how amazing it can be for decorations. Starting with the actual construction series, this one is beautiful. By the way, we gotta give NDP credit for like separating it into like different groups, because this one's group C, construction set. This one is like the trunk set. I believe this one is its trunk set again. These guys are like the big hollow tree sets, vines, caves, etc, etc. But these guys are really awesome over here. So if I do show you guys, let's just say like Arctic wood wall. It was a really awesome way to see how NDP did this process, because it really is amazing how much work he put into it. But he did so many awesome things. So essentially, you guys know these classic wood, well, you know, these classic wall sets. What NDP did, he essentially had an algorithm within Blender that allowed him to really honestly combine both worlds and create beautiful faux rock pieces based upon the actual building sets themselves. So for example, I'm just showing you guys how they line up perfectly with these over here, so you guys can have beautiful facades and stuff like that for the interiors or exteriors of reptile houses, of like tropical houses and stuff like that. So say for example you're going to do like a building like this. This is going to be a really awesome like technique that I want to show you guys. You can just copy these over and over, and you can do like this one over here, and you can copy that one. You just gotta make sure that you have both of these selected so they stay on the grid. And it's really amazing. He went above and beyond when it came to like making these random and stuff like that, so when you keep them together it will look pretty organic and it won't be like anything's really repeating on itself, especially when you use more advanced building techniques kind of like that. That's not really advanced. But he also has a lot of different ones as well, kind of like these square ones, to help you really, you know, build up some character in those builds. Like let's just say you're gonna have like a nice little stand over here. Maybe you're gonna have like an aviary up there. You can build that beautiful little bump up right there, and it'll work extremely well for builds when it comes to that jazz, especially with the circle piece as well. This is gonna help you get that better texture on top of things, and it'll just flow so much better. So that's really awesome to have. You also get new columns as well, which really help to go a long way when it comes to like giving your builds look like they have a little bit more support and stuff like that. So that's all really awesome to see. It's a really awesome thing to have. And we also have like the triangle piece right here. I won't really be using this piece all that much because I don't really use those pieces in my typical time, but it's just really awesome to have all of these all together, even floors as well. So if you guys are hoping to build some nice kind of like faux rock areas, these guys are perfect when it comes to that stuff. And as you guys can probably see, they're all flexi-colored, which is an amazing thing to have. You can flexi-color them all at once, which is just great. Another one he has are the actual trunk pieces. So if I just look up Faux in here, just so we have access to them, he has a wonderful modular set full of faux trunk pieces. And this is really awesome when it comes to making your own custom trees, because you could do kind of whack stuff like this. You can have giant trees and even have like giant custom trees, which I think is really fantastic as well. It really goes to show just how versatile this entire thing can be. And they're all kept with each other in mind, so if you do want to do like larger builds and you want them to like feel a little bit different from each other but not too different, these pieces are honestly perfect for that. You can even have them up there, and you can kind of do stuff like, I'm just kind of freeballing it right now, do some like branches kind of like that. That looks kind of like a dude. We can fill out his face or something like that, but you can do kind of like stuff like that. It's just really awesome. But I think what a lot of people tend to really love, I've already seen so many uses for these, are the giant trees over here. This trunk set is amazing. These guys are the mangroves right here, and your guests can kind of walk through them. If we get a Steve Irwin for scale, you can see that they are perfectly guest size. So you could just have these beautiful areas where you can just have your guests walk through that. Even this one too, all of these are perfect for those hyper themed areas, and I feel like that's going to be so good and integral for builds kind of like this. Even combining this with Nick's new exhibit pack, if I do find like the piece that I'm looking for, if I find a nice good old rectangle or something like that, we can even do an oval in here, because I feel like an oval would probably make more sense. You know, it's a little bit more aerodynamic. You could turn these into exhibits themselves, which is a really awesome thing to have. It's just really, really awesome ways to use versatile pieces. Even this one over here, like, I can already see so many people using this for riverbanks and stuff like that, because you guys probably know the riverbank technique using like the faux rocks and stuff like that, but this goes even further beyond, and it'll help you make those beautiful giant scaping landscapes. Try saying that 5 times fast when it comes to all that jazz. So there you go. Now these are really where it starts to get super fun and super themed. So these are the fallen tree sets, and it's really awesome because you get to have these beautiful cave experiences. Of course, they're named the tree set, but they don't need to be used just for trees. They can be used for caves. They can be used for, like, you know, for example, I did a quick little photo shoot for him, and I used them as like rusted pipelines that you're kind of walking through for an aquarium. There's so many options when it comes to these pieces, and I'm so excited for you guys to start using them. He even has one where you can do custom ones as well, so if you place that over there, you can kind of make your own custom little fallen branches, which is a really awesome thing to have. And you can kind of just tuck it in with each other like that, and it's just really cool. And then, you know what? You could flip it on its side. Look at that. There you go, guys. I love that. I love that so much. It's really awesome. And he even has this little panel right here. It's nothing crazy, but I think this piece will be extremely useful. It's always the simpler pieces that I always find myself enamored with, because when it comes to building, like, you know, those giant wall areas, you're not really going to use like bigger pieces like that. You're going to be using smaller ones like that to really flesh out details. Other ones that I haven't really gotten the hang of, I apologize, NDP, these are the vine sets, and I kind of link them with the cave, like, rock wall decorations as well, because they do kind of fill that same purpose. These guys are going to be perfect when it comes to making, like, your Congo areas, your tropical areas. Just a great way to get that, like, solid looking faux rock kind of texture, especially for things this small. I know a lot of zoos tend to have these for like branches and stuff, so if you guys do color it to a more natural wood texture, kind of like that, it really does give the vibe of actual, like, you know, mangrove roots or something like that. So you guys can definitely start playing around with that, but I feel like a lot of people are going to start making those beautiful cave builds now. Yes, the cave pack is insane to see. The stalactites and stalactites and stalagmites and stalagers, like, these are so insane, and just seeing how beautiful they are, this is going to be so awesome for seeing people come up with their builds. I'm so excited to see, like, the Madagascar, because these do remind me of, like, the Singy Cliffs and stuff like that. Even this piece right here, it kind of does look like dino dung, which I think may be kind of fun for some people's builds. So if you just have that big old piece of crap right there, it'll look like that scene from Jurassic Park. But even this piece right here, I can already see so many people using this as a way to fill out greater areas, as well as like ways to get a lot more organic shapes. So if you guys are hoping to fill out those areas, this guy is probably going to be your piece. This is probably going to be your baby right here. It's just really awesome to see how far NDP went to give you like so many kinds of versatile pieces. And this one's probably my favorite. I'm sorry, this one is the perfect mud wall one. I know people talk about the mud walls so often, but they really are such an awesome technique to use in your zoos, and this just makes it so much easier because you could do stuff like that, and you can go into like berry bush, and we could throw a bunch of crowberries on there, you know, just toss all that jazz up there. We can look up some bamboo. This is honestly like a little bit of a building tutorial at that rate, but we could throw that over there. We can get some like ferns and throw a couple tree ferns up there, and we already have a beautiful tropical lush wall, and that's just really amazing to have right there. So if you guys are hoping to have some fun with that, definitely do check that out. But that is pretty much it for this entire faux rock pack, and NDP has told me that he does plan on updating this again in the future. I'm not going to say what specifically because he is a very busy man. He always changes his mind when it comes to this stuff. But I can guarantee when he does update it, it's going to be absolute quality. If you guys aren't already playing with this, I really highly suggest you do. And I do want to take a few minutes just to talk about modded props and stuff like that, because I do understand that there still is a little bit of a stigma behind them. I do want to say that modded props are likely to not break, especially with Axie release now. Since these are Axie-based mods, they're kind of running on their own code, if that makes any sense. So honestly, the only main thing that may break this is an entirely new game update, but that only happened when Frontier upgraded the game engine for the release of, you know, like Jurassic World Evolution 2. But I don't really see us getting that kind of thing again. So modded props are definitely something like, you know, I would recommend you guys play around with it at first if you guys still are kind of scared, which I totally understand. Maybe if you guys just have like a weekend sometime, you guys can try it out just once. If you guys like it, I really suggest you guys get into it because they are really awesome and they really do help with expanding your builds, making them so much better, making them so much more fun to build. Like modded props are really awesome and fun to build with. And you guys can see I just did like that entire like cliffside. That's really awesome right there. But I really suggest you guys at least give them a try. If you don't like them, totally fine. I'm not gonna judge you. I made sugar pine with no mods at all, so listen, we all have our own building styles, but I do want to take the time to thank NDP once again for such an amazing pack that I feel like not too many people are talking about right now, and it honestly kind of bugs me because it really is one of the best packs we've ever gotten out of Planet Zoo. All that being said, that's pretty much all I have. Really happy with this pack, really happy with like the versatility of it, and I'm so excited to see what everyone starts to do with it now. I know Jay Ratsa covered it, I know Stan's covering it, I just hope so many more people out there are covering it because it's really awesome. But anyways guys, I'll leave you there. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you guys do like these like little one-off showcases, definitely do let me know because I always do love taking nice little deep dives into this. But all that being said, we're gonna end it right there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. You know what? I'm gonna end it with the clouds forming. I feel like that'd be a really fun one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have the most wonderful of wonderful days. Bye-bye now.